everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to my continued coverage of the HTC Desire HD mobile phone. Now, if you've been keeping an eye on the Geekanoids channel, you will have seen I've done plenty of coverage on this mobile phone. It's been great fun because this is a fantastic handset. In this video I'm going to be bringing you my full review, and then I've got one bonus video for you tomorrow which is just covering off some of the applications that I use on the Android platform. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my previous videos, here's a quick rundown on the specification. This is an Android based mobile phone, which means that it runs Google's Android operating system. It's running version 2.2, which is also known as Froyo. Now, you're seeing the screen here. This is a 4.3 inch capacitive touchscreen. It runs a resolution of 480 by 800, so a nice high resolution screen. Now, we've got, as well as the touchscreen here, we've got some touch sensitive buttons at the bottom. They're backlit as well. We've got a home button, a menu button, a back button, and also a search button. Other physical buttons on the phone. On the top here we've got an on-off button. On the side here we've got a volume rocker. This side here is completely clear, and on the bottom here we've got a 3.5mm audio jack. We've also got a micro USB connection for charging and synchronizing data, and also a microphone. And then round the back of the handset we have got an 8MP autofocus camera which captures photographs and 720p HD video, and you'll have seen some of that on one of my previous videos. Dual LED flash, little tiny speaker. The battery resides underneath this cover here, and then underneath this bottom cover we've got room for the SIM card and also micro SD card. Now, it does support up to a 32GB micro SD card. There is 1.5GB of internal storage in here, and as well as that internal storage we've also got a 768MB of RAM, 1GHz processor, Bluetooth, 802.11n Wi-Fi, so plenty of features. Now, this is going to be the review, so I'm not going to cover off old ground, but I just want to give you my overall opinion on this handset, and I'm going to get the bad things out of the way first so we can finish on a high. Now, the one thing I don't like on this side is this volume rocker. It's very stiff to operate. Now, if I push down you can see that my ringer volume's going up and down, but it is just very difficult to get this to turn up and down, and I find that a real problem. Now, it does mean that you don't get accidental input on the rocker switch if you're holding it like this, but I think it just needs to be a little bit more sensitive. The other things I don't like is this speaker at the top. This is going to be up against your ear when you're making and taking calls, and it just sounds a little bit grating and robotic, and it does distort a little bit. Now, that might be something to do with the person on the other end of the call, but certainly for me I was finding that this wasn't very good quality. And last but not least, the only other thing I didn't really like was the quality of the speaker. Again, it sounds tinny. This phone is marketed as having superior sound. It does SRS sound, something from Dolby. Not quite sure why they're really pushing that when they're putting such a sort of low quality speaker on the back. It's not appalling, but it's certainly not the best quality that I've experienced on a mobile phone. So that's the real bad things out of the way. Let's move on to something like battery life. As you can see at the top here, I've got a full charge battery on there at the moment, and I've been getting around about a whole day of use from a full charge. Now, I have been doing a lot of video coverage on this phone. So for example, yesterday when I was doing my main recording, the battery did deplete quite quickly, but certainly a full day's use should be what you'd expect from this Desire HD. The battery is only a 1230 milliamp hour battery, so they could have done with putting a higher rated battery in here, which is a shame. Maybe they will bring out a higher rated battery in the near future. Other things I really like, this personalisation feature that I showed you in another video. We've got scenes, wallpapers and skins. I just love the skins, the fact that I can sweep across these and install a whole new look to the user interface at the touch of one of these icons. Really liking that a lot. I also showed you a video of the new HTC Sense.com service, whereby you can actually personalise your phone and mark applications for download and continue text messages on your computer screen. Really liking the HTC Sense.com service as well. Back to the actual handset though, the quality of the screen for things like video playback is absolutely superb. Also really liking the gallery application. This is fantastic for reviewing back your photos. If I go on to camera shots, you get these thumbnail views of all of the photos that you've taken, including video footage as well. And actually looking back at some of the photos you've taken, pinch to zoom's very quick, sweeping sort of left to right and right to left to look at all of the photos you've taken. Very, very impressive, very fluid movement, and using the camera is a joy as well. The autofocus on this camera is really quite superb. Something I didn't really cover in any of the previous videos was internet browsing. So if I launched a browser here, and I'm going to go on to something like apple.com. Let's type this in. And it really is a nice browsing experience. Let me just pop the phone down to give you a better angle on that and zoom in a little for you. The browsing on this phone is really impressive. We've got very fluid movement. Let's just tap on an icon and it will load that new page. We're connected over Wi-Fi at the moment, so it's performing extremely well. But whilst you're in the page, you can pinch to zoom, and it actually reflows the text. This is something that HTC do with their browser, so no matter what ratio you're zoomed in at, it always fits the text to the screen. So that's really nice, and it's just a very nice experience. It does also support Flash as well, so you can play back video within the window here. Let's perhaps go to youtube.com/Geekanoids, an obvious choice, and actually load the Geekanoids channel page in here. Now it's actually gone to the mobile version. Let's go to the full desktop version of this particular page, and let's go to, let's see now if we can just pop in Geekanoids again. Delete that. So it should remember that I've selected the desktop version. So this is my channel page. Now normally if you were on something like an iPhone, it wouldn't support Flash, so you wouldn't be able to play the video back. But right within the browser window, just turn that volume down a little bit, we have got a video playing back right within the browser window. How cool is that? Very useful, because there is still a lot of Flash around on the web. I know a lot of it is transitioning across to HTML5, but the fact is there is still Flash on the internet. Being able to play back videos in little windows like this actually within the browser is a real plus point for something like the Desire HD. So let's quit out of that. Let's go back to our home page, and just in summary let you know my overall view of this handset. Now a lot of people have been contacting me saying surely this is too big to use as a regular mobile phone. Well, yeah, it is big. It's a 4.3-inch screen, but it does fit very nicely in the hand. Now being this sort of size screen, you could almost get away with saying it's a mini tablet. It doesn't look stupid when you hold it up to your face, or up to your ear I should say, to make a call. The call quality is good, albeit just a little bit let down by this sort of speaker quality up here. Bluetooth connection fine, wireless connection hasn't let me down at all. The user interface very responsive, swiping left to right through these different home screens using various apps, absolutely fine. We've got this brilliant notification bar which you can pull down to get updates on your SMSs, tweets, emails, etc. And then you've got quick access to the previous apps you've been running along this top panel as well. So extremely pleasant to use. this surely is one of my favourite mobile phones that I've used to date, and I've used a lot. I've tested a lot of mobile phones on the channel, including the previous generation of the iPhone 4, some Windows Phone 7 based mobile phones, and to date I can truly say that even with those few little niggles about the quality of the speaker, the battery life could be a little tiny bit better, but even saying that, this HTC Desire HD surely is the mobile phone that I will choose to keep. This is certainly an iPhone beta in my opinion. I got very bored of the iPhone iOS. It was very distracting. Although it's very good and very elegant, I wanted something that I can configure a little bit more, and I'm loving the Android platform and really digging the HTC Desire HD. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions about the Desire HD, please do post them in the comments. Until next time, have a great day. This video review is sponsored by EasyDraw, making drawing fun on Mac OS X.